What's good, people? This is Sam O'Reilly with a Fight Talk podcast in association with Round 8. Myself and Craig Scott are delighted to be joined today by the White Rhino, David Allen. How's things, Dave?
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you, mate. I'm good.
Yeah, after that fight and stuff like that, you feeling good? Training all good?
Yeah, I think the Thomas rematch is a possibility for September. Got 2 fights coming up this month, so we're gonna get them out of the way, and then hopefully back onto winning the Commonwealth title. Second time lucky.
Yeah. So you're looking at being out in Warwick on the 21st of July. Who's promoting that show, Dave? Whose show is that?
I think it's an Errol Johnson show. It's in Kenilworth near Warwick. I think it's near Coventry. I haven't really got a clue. Just my manager just said, "Look, I can get you a quick 4-rounder in there," and then it looks like we're off to Spain on the 29th, and the 4-rounder out there.
Spain, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like we're off to Palma. So yeah, 2 quick fights, 2 quick wins, and then get Big Leroy back over and right some wrongs.
Yeah. Now, where fights, you've had a few that were close together before the Leroy Thomas fight. So is it just a matter of getting your record? Because obviously you've had a few losses, 3 and 5 or something like that. So before that, you hadn't been used to losing as much. So you just want to get back the winning feeling, is it?
It's difficult, because at the start of the year, the plan was to have 4 or 5, maybe 6 fights, and then move up in levels, But we had 2 fights in a week, and then the Leroy Thomas opportunity come up. I think again, it was a fight that came maybe a little bit too soon. But you can't say no to an opportunity like that. So we took it. I came up a little bit short, but I think with that 12 rounds behind me, with being the younger man, if the fight happens again, it's one I should win. If the fight does happen in September and I don't meet Leroy Thomas, really, there's nowhere really left for me to go. So if that fight comes up, it's a must. It's a win or career-ending fight, basically. So yeah, I've got to get some wins, get the record looking nice and lopsided in the win column side, and then hopefully, fight Leroy again.
Dave, can I just ask? It's been a while since you had a fight that wasn't really publicised and televised, and you've always been on Matchroom, buzzing about on TV recently. Are you looking forward to not having that pressure and just having a couple of fights where you can just settle in, try some new things, and not have the pressure of everybody watching you for the next 2 fights?
Yeah, it's going to be nice, because I go to these press conferences and weigh-ins, I kind of steal the show a little bit, and it's not really on purpose. I can't help myself. I like to have a laugh, and I get a bit carried away with everything, and like you say, Eddie had a lot to say about I like to go out and see people, and it is going to be nice to be away from all that. I had some time on social media. It was really nice, I couldn't imagine being a big star, being a Joshua, and I was finding things really stressful, around the time of the Thomas fight, before it, the fight, and after. Things were really hectic. So yeah, to be off the TV, to be able to go and travel down on the day, come back on the same night, and just fight, and it's going to be really nice. It's just going to be about the boxing, and the show's fun. The workouts and the press conferences and doing what I do is really fun. But sometimes you forget what you're there for. You forget your job, and so yeah, I'm looking forward to just boxing. Just getting my teeth back into fighting.
Yeah.
As well, you think last night, Craig, obviously we were at the O2 and we saw Joshua, and like you said, that he can't move for people wanting pictures and stuff, and that sort of scale.
We couldn't fucking move, man. People were sitting on their knees trying to get pictures, and it was just non-stop. I can't imagine what that must be like. And I know Dave, you had that to an extent as well, because you're such a big presence on social media. So it must kind of kick the arse out you in the week up to a fight. When you've got your press conference and you're weighing, it must sap a lot of your energy just doing all that every day as well.
It's very difficult because, Sam knows me, he knows me, and I find it very difficult to say no, so
yeah.
I find myself doing everything people ask, I found myself at someone's house playing table tennis, I found myself on the the garden playing table tennis for a couple of hours. And this is my skill show. This is just what I do. That's me. That's what I do. I don't feel like it affects my performance in any way. But yeah, I just find myself. The whole fight week and leading up to the fight. Obviously, I'm not no A-lister. I might be a Z-lister in my village, but I find myself trying to please everyone, and I don't feel like it took anything out of me. But Eddie did. My manager felt like maybe that took a little bit of edge off you running around here, there, and everywhere. So yeah, for the next couple of fights, non-televised would be nice, and then when the next time a big fight comes around, I'm going to be a little bit more professional about it. Nice.
I think as well though, it's hard because we spoke about it at length. The fact that you now can sell so many tickets and stuff, and the reason is because you're likable and approachable, and people love that about you. So it's difficult, isn't it, to want it at one time and not at the other. So yeah, I suppose you took yourself away from social media, but it's difficult to get a happy medium and get your head right, but still be the people's person that you are.
Yeah, I had this with my manager, and he just said, "Look, be you, because people like you, and that's kind of what got you where you're at today." But for one week out of the year, I need you next time something like this comes around. For 1 week of the year, I need you to just lock yourself away. Don't look at your phone and relax, and just do it my way. Do it Eddie's way, and see, and let's see if that makes a difference. So next time it comes around, I'm just gonna be a little bit more selfish for the week.
Put the table tennis paddle down and just chill out for a week.
It was a really nice house, and it turned and I really enjoyed it. I've got no regrets about it, but I really enjoyed playing it, and I won, and it was good. I met some new people, and yeah, I know I lost that fight, but I had a fantastic week, fantastic night. Apart from the result, it was probably one of the most enjoyable 7 days of my life. So yeah.
You said you lost the fight, right? Now, I don't know if I watched it with my biased Dave Allen's mate glasses on, but I honestly, I watched it, and I know he landed cleaner shots. I know he did, but I thought your pressure, personally, I gave more rounds to you. Again, I don't know if it was me wanting to give more rounds or not. Have you sat back and watched it and given like an honest scorecard on it?
Yeah, I've watched it about 3 times now, and I watched it back, and first and foremost, Leroy Thomas, I believe, would have quit. If I would not have given it so much mouth about him quitting stuff, he would have quit. He would have quit because with numerous times he wanted to quit, and I don't think he would, because I think the words were ringing in his ear from the Thursday press conference. So I was kind of kicking myself at that. Secondly, I watched it back. I was very poor, very poor. I watched it back. I just thought, this is terrible. Like, I've been in the gym sparring with the likes of Joshua, and when I've boxed and stuff, I have a lot of success. And Leroy Thomas couldn't hold the lights of Joshua and the others I've sparred with. So it's very frustrating watching it back, because I watched it back. It was really poor. I scored it. I think the first couple of times I scored it 6 rounds apiece, but I had the point. He had the point to off, which I thought was maybe a bit harsh. So yeah, I couldn't argue a point either way. A draw, 2 point either way. I couldn't really argue with it, and it meant a lot to Leroy as well. So I just kind of shook his hand, gave him a cuddle, and said, "Look, I think this might happen again. I don't know if anyone wants to watch it, but I want to try and get it to happen again." So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I think it was a fair result. Me doing what I can do. If I perform under the lights as I do in the gym, I beat Leroy Thomas in 2 or 3 rounds, and that is why Eddie was so frustrated. That's why Nick was so frustrated. Everyone was so frustrated, because I should have beat Leroy Thomas. They brought him over for me to win the Commonwealth heavyweight title, and I blew it. So that's where the frustration from everyone came from.
But that's all right. You go away now. You have a couple of learning fights like you spoke about, and then we'll see it again. Hopefully, we'll see it again, and you can learn from it.
Yeah, if the fight just happened in September, which I think Eddie and my manager spoke about possibly happening, it really is. I've got to win that fight, or my career really. I either retire or I become an opponent for the likes of Dubois and whoever coming through. And it's good to be I'm very realistic about it. I know my position. If I lose to Leroy Thomas again, if it happens in September, I go into the opponent role, or I go and work on the doors until night till we've done it. So it's simple as that.
Well, it might be a table tennis club though. At least you'll be able to have a bit of fun in there as well. So you'd be all right.
Yeah, whatever happens, if I'm not world champion or whether I work on the door, I'll still be a very handsome man. And,
Can't take your looks, Dave. Can't take your looks.
I'm not joking. I'm fucking pretty good at table tennis, man. I fancy it.
We all say that, mate. I've told Dave that.
Many people have challenged me, and many people have been sent away for going on with a terrible turn of legs.
So was Eddie a fan of you going away and getting some wins before? That he didn't want you straight on, or how was the conversation that you should go and get some more learning fights? Sort of whose idea was it?
Well, basically straight after the fight, I was in the changing rooms. I just lost the fight, going back to the changing rooms. Eddie came through and he just said, "Look, that Commonwealth title was on a plate for you. You know, you brought Lenroy over. Obviously, I sold the tickets and whatever else. That was good. You know, it wasn't Eddie. Eddie wasn't. You know what I mean? I played my part in that sense. I think Eddie was a bit annoyed because I weighed 17 stone 12. I should ideally be under 17 stone. I'm not the biggest heavyweight in the world. So I did fuck about my diet, to be fair. I trained hard, but I was a lot heavy. So, you know, Eddie just said, look, it's very disappointing, but, you know, you are going to get another chance. I think Eddie likes me. I'm very fortunate that Eddie likes me. You know, I like Eddie. I think Eddie appreciates that the fights I took last year with Ortiz and White, you know, and I think he knows that I'm pretty popular and stuff, so he wants to give me an opportunity, and he likes me as well. So he just said, look, you're going to get another chance. I went away. I was meant to fight in Preston. The board was knocking every foreign about. All these, you know, journeymen or whatever you want to call them, were busy. The Preston fight couldn't happen. Then Tom Dallas wants to fight, basically. He's looking for a fight, and Nick just said, look, go and fight Tom Dallas. Don't go and knock him out and around, because what's the point? You'll be fighting. You got 12 round fights going and box. So the plan is to go and box Tom Dallas out of boxing, win every round, and then get another fight in Spain, do the same. So
why Spain? Where's that come from?
My manager Mick, you know, he's big in the game. You know, people don't know Mick Marsden, but Mick Marsden knows what he's doing. I think it was a couple of days away as well. So smarter than he looks. So yeah. So you know, Eddie. I think Eddie likes the fact that I'm going away off TV and you know, using my own money to pay for these fights and whatever else. I think Eddie respects that, and he's going to pay me back hopefully with a date in September.
Nice. Let's move on, Sam. I know you wanted to touch on this Super Series, which is just expanding by the day. You've got two weight divisions now: the super middleweights and the cruiserweights. Dave, what's your view on this in terms of how it's going to be for boxing? Does it hold up divisions, or is it perfect for boxing?
I think, you know, that after with the Super Six Series before with Froch and Ward and whatever, you know, and it did get the best fight and the best, but that seemed to drag on for a long time.
Yeah.
I think the cruiserweight lineup today, you know, Usyk, Gasser, Breedis, a few other names on there. And if this thing can get these men all in the ring together, then this is fantastic for boxing. I just hope it doesn't hold a career. I hope it's not one fight every 6 months or whatever else, because if we can get a Usyk Breedis fight or a Breedis Gasser fight, you know, and the super middleweight, it doesn't look as good as a cruiserweight for me, but if we can get the top fighters in the divisions fighting each other, you know, and if it can happen, these fights happen once every 3 or 4 months, and it is the best thing for boxing, you know. So I'm all for it.
Yeah, I like that. I like the idea of it. It's knockout competition as well, isn't it, Craig?
That's what I was going to say. That's what I like about it. So you're not. Am I wrong in saying the Super Six was like point scoring? Did you get points for beating people and you all had to face them?
It was like a group stage in that.
Yeah, so that holds everybody up, doesn't it? Whereas this knockout stage, if you get put out, that's you can go about your business and source some fights elsewhere. Yeah, I think the cruiserweight one looks brilliant, man. The names in there. Huck's in there, for old time's sake. Dorticus, who I've never seen Dorticus fight, but he's a WBA regular champion. As you said, Dave Gassiev, Usyk confirmed yesterday or the day before, Breidis. And then you've got a couple of Eastern European boys as well who have got pretty solid records. I think it looks great.
Yeah. Do you know what? I don't know. You don't know how it's going to work with promotional and television and stuff. I know they're going to do like a draw they're doing a draw in Monaco or something. But I mean, how good would it be if they could work out that, you know, maybe they do one fight from each weight on a show? For example, George Groves is in it as super middleweight, and we could get a Usyk fight over here as part of the series. I don't know. It'd be nice to have guys that you wouldn't normally see over here. You know what I mean? As part of the show, it'd just be nice to sort of spread it around a bit.
Yeah. Well, they're doing a draw on the 8th of July. That's when they draw the quarter-final opponents. So that happens on Saturday, along with fucking about 10 other boxing cards in the UK.
Yeah.
Going on Saturday as well.
Is Callum Smith officially announced in that yet?
Not yet, mate, not yet. But I think he'll be in it. I don't think his title shot will happen in September. I think that will fizzle out and he'll become part of this, which is good.
Yeah. Just finally, Dave, I know you got to shoot. We won't keep you too much longer. Just what were you? Did you watch the boxing last night? Did you watch any of the Matchroom show?
Yeah, I didn't watch it live. I got back today. It wasn't the most competitive evening of boxing, but you know, I quite like watching really talented men bombing out. Not very good fighters. I don't know why, but I find it really interesting. Watching Lawrence Okoli, you know, punch holding Russell Henshaw. I'm a friend of Russell Henshaw. You know, we went to watch each other. But there's something about it. I really enjoyed it. You know, Conor Ben, I thought looked improved. Joshua Buatsi obviously from the Olympics. Everyone knows how talented he is. I don't know. I like it. Isaac Chamberlain, Lawrence Okoli. I like that fight. I think it should happen very soon.
Would you fancy in that, Dave? If it was to happen sooner rather than later, what would you say?
You know, if I was put right on the spot, you know, Isaac Chamberlain is becoming like a friend of mine through like cyber friends. 2011 Boys School Finals, we were both at the final that year. And he was a chubby kid at super heavy, and I was ripped to death as a cruiserweight. And you know, obviously tables have turned now. But so yeah, I don't know a long time, so I don't really want to answer. But my answer would be, I think Isaac Chamberlain's a better boxer, but Lawrence Okoli's got that real game-changing power, you know.
Yeah.
I know people have sparred him and say he hits as hard as any heavyweight out there. So yeah, you know, Okoli's got power, but you know, the plumber caught him with a good right hand when he boxed. So he's by no means a finished article, but I think he's a very exciting prospect, you know, long term, if he can strapping things up. And Buglioni, you know, the second best looking man in British boxing, he never managed. He's always in a good fight. It doesn't matter who he fights, whether you think he's going to be outclassed or whether you think he's too good for his opponent. He finds a way to make a good fight of it. So I thought overall, you know, the show, it wasn't great, but it wasn't a great show on paper, but it was one that I actually enjoyed because I like seeing talented fighters beating up other people. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, it was a decent show. Last question, I'm gonna give it to Craig because Dave just said something controversial. He reckons Frank Buglioni is the second best looking fighter. Craig, you got to tell him about Josh Kelly, mate.
Man, Josh Kelly's so handsome. He's so handsome. Have you seen him in the flesh, Dave?
Yeah, Josh Kelly looks like me, like a skinny version, uglier version of me. Like, there's no ugly version of me, so like, not as good looking version of me. Which, you know, that's still a 10 out of 10. So, you know, good luck to him. And he's a good fighter. I wish I could fight like him. So yeah, you know, obviously, I always list them. Me 1, Buglioni 2, Hearn 3. You know, because I put Hearn at 3, that's where I get the opportunities. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely think I'm top. I definitely think I'm in the top 1 or 2. So.
Where's Ted Cheeseman? Ted Cheeseman, where is he?
What, in the best looking?
You can't say that.
What? It's a question.
He can. Well, I would answer that saying he can definitely fight anyway.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, you're right.
He's got an English title. He's got an English title that says that.
Pressure, very good pressure fighter.
He's a better fighter than me, but I won't swap that for our looks anyway. My looks and lose a few fights.
Dave, we're gonna let you go, mate. Pleasure talking to you as always, and I look forward to seeing you. I might fly out to Spain. What do you reckon? Do you reckon she'll sign off on it? I'll come out and I'll sit in the corner next to Monty, and we'll watch you fight over in Spain.
Monty is gonna be there, so yeah. No, anyone's welcome. Anyone can come out. Yeah, it's only a 4-rounder, so I might go out the night before as well.
Eddie loves you,
Cut
mate.
that.
Yeah.
Edit that bit.
Cut that.
Yeah, put that out, cut that out.
Pleasure talking to you, Dave. Speak to you soon, mate.
Alright, nice one, see you soon.
Bye, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Quick substitution. Dave the White Rhino Allen is out of here. He's gone to play table tennis again. Probably an even better looking man. Bigger heavyweight as well, I'd say. Kevin Smith jumps on. What's happening, Kev?
You're right, lads. Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good.
What's your Sunday look like?
Sunday in the park with the kids, mate. That was it.
Yeah.
Feeding some animals and some fish.
Nice.
Hashtag stay humble.
Exactly.
The family man, Kevin, the family man Smith. I love it.
That's it. Craig,
Gotta be, mate. Gotta be.
let's go over last night then. Let's talk about the Matchroom show. Dave Allen described it as good fighters knocking out. What did he say? Not very good fighters.
Yeah, I think in not so many words. I think that's what he said. He just said basically it was people beating up people who they should really be beating up anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's probably a 5-second
Did you watch
review. Kevo, you watch it?
Yeah, I did watch it. Yeah, I thought it was good. Obviously, it was a load of just knockouts of people that should have got knocked out, isn't it? But you know, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing the up and coming guys. You know, when they're Olympic champions and you know the gold and bronze medalists, you want to see them. I know that they're only their first or third full fight, but you want to see them against someone decent, didn't you? And maybe I'm just being too eager. But yeah, the people that they were fighting yesterday they were very, very average, weren't they? Even like the undefeated ones were undefeated. The guys that have lost like 150 fights, and it wasn't great opposition, was it? I agree with that.
Yeah, same. I kind of feel like they have to. I know a lot of people were really pissed. Shout out to New Age Boxing Podcast, as always, killing it every single week. I spoke to Martin from there last night on the way back home for the show. He described the show in various ways that I refuse to say on air. But they were not positive. They were all very, very negative connotations. But he fucking hated the show. He hated it. And I think part of that is probably due to the matchmaking. Like, the matchmaking has to be better for guys who are Olympic medalists, like Kev said. You can't have a guy like Buatsi fighting a random geezer with a ponytail who says he's from Cuba but is the least Cuban fucking boxer I've ever seen in my life. You just can't, they have to be moved on a little bit quicker for me, or just given tougher tests, because that's getting a little bit boring now.
Let's go through the card then. We had Jamie Cox fight, although no one was allowed to know about Jamie Cox fighting.
So weird.
Did you know that, Kevin?
I didn't see it. No, I only watched what was on telly, mate. So.
He fought before the doors opened. Bizarre.
It's a sad state of affairs, isn't it? When there's no one there even watching you.
And he's going to be.
We came in and he was just standing there fucking sweating. We didn't know what was going on.
He's going to be in the World Series of Boxing, isn't he?
Yeah, not for long. Not for long.
You're a big fan of his, Craig. Can you just?
I can't get into him at all, man. I don't.
I'm not asking you to get into him. I just want to know why you're not really a big fan of his boxing.
That's why, because I don't fancy him. So there's nothing in it for me. No, his record's shite, mate. Look at his record: 21 undefeated, 22 undefeated, or something. And he fought absolute nobodies. He won a WBO European against a guy who was ranked 372nd in the world on BoxRec. And I'm supposed to be buzzing that he's a WBO European champion. I don't rate him very much.
Fair enough. Couple of the Facebook fights. Spider Richards, Isaac Chamberlain. I thought Isaac looked good. I'm not really, overly keen on the way he's been handled since he won that Waddy Camacho fight. I'll be honest.
No.
I think he showed tremendous heart and great boxing ability in that. And to get the win that he got, it was mega impressive. Now, I know, obviously, it was so impressive because he had a completely fucked shoulder, dislocated, and he had to have time out because of that. But I think he deserves a slightly higher up the card slot. I mean, you got Eddie Hearn who wants to build a Coley and Chamberlain. does he really want to build it, or does he just want a Cody to beat someone who we know a bit better? That's what it feels like to me. And I probably shouldn't say that because obviously Eddie's his promoter as well, but it just feels like Isaac's getting the rough end of the stick. You know, he was all over him for 5 minutes after the Waddy win, and then he got another cruiserweight who knocks people over more often than Isaac does, and it just feels like Isaac's playing second fiddle in the cruiserweight division under Eddie. So I don't know.
But we have what I would say about that is we have to remember, and what you're saying is right to an extent, but you have to remember what comes with being an Olympian and fighting in the Olympics, and it's always going to be that way. I think Chamberlain has been kind of messed about a bit since the Camacho fight. He's not really been given a lot of exposure that he probably deserved after that fight. But even if he was, Bucoli was always going to come with a big fanfare because he fought in the Olympics, he looked good in the Olympics. His story's quite interesting. He qualified for the Olympics in the least amount of fights in history, I think, for Team GB. He's not been boxing for long. So he was always going to get a bit more of a push because of that. I think we need to separate the two things. I don't think it's just that he's messing Chamberlain about. I think it's that Coley was always going to get that anyway.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Kev, what do you think of Isaac?
I've been watching a bit of him actually. I don't know why, but it's good because obviously you brought it up. But I'm not sure about him, if I'm honest. I think he's got heart, and I think he's obviously a strong lad. But I'm just not sure I think the reason why he's not getting as much exposure is just he's not. You know, when you're 8-0 or a new boxer, and you're fighting people. Admittedly, he fought Willie Camacho, which was a great fight, but you want to be knocking people over, and he doesn't do that very often, does he? And I think that's probably why he's not getting the exposure or the TV time that you'd expect. Where someone like Lawrence Okolie, I know he's only had a few fights, but he's banging people out in the first rounds. I just think people warm to him a bit quicker, don't they?
Yeah, maybe it's it catches the eye quicker, but I'm a fan of Isaac.
Listen, I agree with you. I think he deserves more than what he's getting, 100%. But I just think he's not helping himself.
Well, cruiserweight for you, because when you look at him next to Okolie, they look like different specimens, man. They look like different creatures. I don't know if he's as big a cruiserweight as you could be.
Yeah. Okolie's massive, though, isn't he? I think anybody next to him would look small.
Mate,
listen, he's huge, isn't he?
He was sat next to Joshua after his fight, and Joshua didn't look that much bigger. I swear to God.
Yeah, I agree.
Insane.
Yeah, he's going to be a heavyweight. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
But then look at your big cruiserweights that you've got. If you look at that tournament that we touched on with Dave earlier on, the Super Series, even guys like Usyk is a big fucking unit. All these guys that are in the cruiserweights and winning titles, they're big boys. And Isaac's not. I think he's a very good boxer, and I think he could do quite well. He's not filled out as he's quite slim.
Yeah, he is. He got a good finish last night. I watched, when we were there, I couldn't really work out what it was, but when I watched the replay this morning, and it was a beautiful little uppercut inside. That again, admittedly, Ryan Crawford is a small hall fighter, and he's not even a top level small hall fighter. Do you know what I mean? So let's not overbuild who he is and stuff like that. But I think Isaac put his shots together well last night. I think
it's the hardest I've seen him hit.
Yeah, he looked good, and that uppercut he landed was beautiful. And I like him. I think he's a good kid, and they're slightly different. Him and Okolie, they're slightly different personalities, which is also quite good. Do you know what I mean? Obviously,
I think he's a good all-round boxer, but I'm not. The power might come, or the extra power might come. But yeah, I think he's a better all-round boxer than Okolie, but Okolie's just got that one-punch knockout power, doesn't he? That I don't think Isaac has at this stage.
Yeah.
I think if you're Chamberlain, you want to make that fight ASAP, because Okolie's only going to learn more and become a more.
Yeah, but so's Isaac though. Isaac's really young as well,
Yeah, he's young, but I'm saying if you look at how he wins the fight, he doesn't win the fight with brutal knockout power, does he? He wins it by outboxing Okolie.
Yeah.
And Okolie's at his most raw.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
that's a fair point, I guess.
I don't know, it's interesting. It's bubbling under the surface. It'll be good when it comes to fruition.
Yeah, Okolie's being a little bit more disrespectful towards Isaac now.
which again is going to build it for further down the line. I'm sure Eddie will see the pound signs and he'll get it made at the right time and whenever. I'm sure he'll throw it on a pay-per-view somewhere down the line. But yeah, be a good fight. Craig Richards was on the card, got another victory. Had a long camp, took a lot of shots. I was texting with him earlier and I said, mate, that geezer was tough, but you took some digs. But he came out injury free, got his win, moves on. He's another one. Won the Southern Area in his last fight, and then was on the Facebook stream on this card. And it was something we spoke about in the arena last night, Craig. What will a young fighter learn more from? Fighting in front of 400 people in an empty arena, or possibly 400 or 500 in a small hall, but with a great atmosphere, and it actually builds it. I don't know. I'm still not sold on. I'd rather not be the early fights in a big arena show where there's hardly anyone there at that point. And I don't know. I just think a Southern Area title that Craig won, it just sort of, he was given up. He gave it up, and it became basically nothing. It didn't really mean anything to him now. You know what I mean? He was forced to give it up. So, Kev, what's your thoughts on this as a young fighter?
For me, it's the matchroom promotion, isn't it? I think everyone wants to be part of it, and I think that's the problem. I think when you're not necessarily a flashy knockout artist, I think you get pushed down the pecking order. It don't matter if you're champion or not. I think you just get pushed down the pecking order. Craig Spider Richards looks great. There's Isaac Chamberlain. They're really good boxers, and on a Frank Warren show, they'd probably be top of the bill, wouldn't they? That's the thing, or that's the truth, though, isn't it? But on this, they don't even make telly, and it's I just find it uncomfortable for the boxers, really. That's the truth of it, because I think they deserve better, but they want this platform, don't they? As much as they're not even getting seen, they still want to be part of this platform. So, it's a tough one. I think they deserve better, but I think they're happy just being on that show.
Let's not forget, actually, just to touch what you said, Kev, which is spot on. Spider wasn't even supposed to be on the Facebook stream. It was supposed to be the fight before the Facebook stream, and that's a shocker for me. I think that's a slap in the face, especially when you look at the crowd that he brings out as well. They're all there in their t-shirts and cheering and going nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Big up Spider's sister. Big up Spider's sister.
She's one of the nicest / scariest women I've sat beside at the boxing, man.
She is amazing. She's lovely.
Hurricane, man.
She's
a really nice person. Yeah, really sweet.
Yeah, she's amazing. Obviously, Ted Cheeseman, I thought he'd win the fight. I didn't think he'd do it quite as spectacular as he did. I think he looked phenomenal in there, Ted Cheeseman. Now English champion. Will that title mean anything to him? Will he defend it, or would Eddie just look to move him on to British honours? I don't know, but I like Ted Cheeseman. I think he's got a lot of things. He's got a lot of he's a good pressure fighter, and he's very come forward. I don't think he does anything amazing, but he's really, really good at everything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he's got power as well in both hands, isn't he? And I think I like that about him. I was really excited watching the fight yesterday. Obviously, he won the belt. The other guy was the champion. Don't know how good the other guy was, to be fair. But yeah, Ted Cheeseman, he lit it up for me early on. Really, really excited. He reminded me a bit of Ricky Hatton. The way you would come in low and then, hit the body, hit the head. I thought he was brilliant, if I'm honest, and really excited by him.
I thought that's the best I've seen him yesterday. I said to Sam before he came on, I'd never been really thrilled by him, and then Sam, as you've just said there, mate, you pointed out that he does everything. He's very well rounded. He does everything well instead of doing one thing exceptionally, and I think he proved that yesterday. But the biggest thing for me was how he was cutting off the ring.
Yeah.
Cut off the ring very well. Everywhere Matt Ryan, I think his name was, everywhere Matt Ryan went, he just looked like he was getting backed into a corner every single time. And I think Cheeseman can go a long way. He looks very, very fit. Obviously hits hard at the weight as well. Very handsome guy, which is always good for marketing purposes.
You're such a prick.
I'm trying to be positive. He looked very good yesterday.
Yeah, interesting to see how he does against a really, really good counter puncher. That's his next big test, isn't it?
Or someone that comes forward and tries to press him.
Yeah, and they meet in the middle. Yeah, that's Styles make fights, man. Conor Ben, I don't want to spend too long on Conor Ben. I thought he looked good, but he just annoys me. I've liked him before, and he's gone back and forth, and he sort of said this was the new him, and then straight away he's put that video out on his social media after the fight where he just seems really overly arrogant and calling, I'm taking people's O's, I'm ready for anyone, and this and that. And I mean, yeah, he looked good. I think he improved from the last time I saw him. Was he 7-8 months out the ring?
8, I think, yeah.
So yeah, you want improvement.
8 months.
Yeah, you want improvement, and he showed it. But for me, I want him to just shut up. I want him to just keep his nut down and keep getting the victories and just go about his business in the right way. I don't know. What do you think, Craig? Do you think it comes with it? Obviously, he's a Ben, so he feels like he's got to live up to the name. Maybe, don't know.
I think we were sitting ringside last night, and people were blowing smoke up Conor Ben's arse because of last night's performance. And what you need to remember is that boy who he was fighting, he was undefeated, man. But I need to check and see who he's fought. And that's not disrespect. I think he's only had a couple of fights. I'm not being disrespectful by saying that. I just mean he came in on 24 hours' notice. Never really looked like he woke up at all in the fight. And as soon as he got cracked with a big shot, he was on the back foot, and he looked scared. He looked scared to be in there. Ben looked good. He was hitting very, very hard. But I don't know, man. There's still a lot of question marks over Conor Ben for me.
Yeah. Well, listen, I did look that up, actually. Craig. The guy that he fought, mate, honestly, I think he had won 4, drawn 1. And the people that he had fought, as I say, lost. One of them lost 152 times. One of them lost 251 times. It was pretty poor. But listen, he came in on 24 hours' notice. One thing I would like to say about the card yesterday is, as much as they weren't, the opponents weren't great, they all come out throwing, didn't they? Yeah. Even if it was just for 1 minute or 5 minutes, but they did come out and give it a go, which was quite nice to see. I like Conor Ben. I like him. I think we've discussed it before, and I've said I really like him. I think he hits hard. He mirrors his dad. Let's not get away from that. He mirrors everything his dad used to do. That's quite annoying. And I think it is. I agree with Sam. I think it's a little bit early to be arrogant. But if he's arrogant and people like it, then they'll jump on the train, and he'll get there quicker, won't he? That's the thing.
Mm.
But I do like him. I think he hits hard. I think his movement's good. I think he's let's put him in with someone half decent now, and let's see what he's really made of.
Put him in with Triple Z, Zuhair Al-Qatani. He wants the fight.
Kev wouldn't have even heard of him, mate.
Let's make it happen. Triple Z against Conor Ben. Let's make it happen.
We'll see. Maybe. I know he said to us it's the fight he wants. Sorry, Triple Z, mate. I think you may have to wait a little bit longer. But
yeah, I think maybe. But fuck it, good for him. He's hungry.
Yeah, fuck it. Joshua Buatsi. Did he do anything other than we expected him to?
I thought he looked very, very excited.
Let's give a shout out for his opponent's hair. His opponent's hair was amazing.
Yeah, his opponent's hair was good, and he got up off the deck about 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
I think he looked too eager. I think that's the key thing with Buatsi. He got caught a few times. And yeah, I just thought he looked a bit eager. I thought he was getting in there too early rather than standing back and picking his shots when he had the guy hurt. But listen, that'll come. That's experience, isn't it? That's gonna help him along the way. But yeah, he looks powerful. He's a big guy.
Do you think? I don't know. I don't think he looks big at the weight.
I didn't think he looked big last night when we were sitting there.
I thought he looked bigger than the other guys, didn't he? But
yeah, I don't know.
I think he looks. He's toned, isn't he? And he looks the part. But he's very powerful. That's for sure. So he's definitely an Eddie Hearn fighter, isn't he?
Well, of course he is. He's an Olympian.
Exactly. He's an Olympian and knocks people out. Perfect.
Beautiful.
He'd definitely be on prime time every month, wouldn't he?
Ah, dear. Main event, Ricky Summers, who you openly said, Craig, I don't know who the fuck Ricky Summers is. How was that? That was quite good. That was quite good. That was quite a good accent. I didn't know.
I've heard worse accent. But I also said last night, can anybody smell an upset? And nobody even came close to giving me the time of day. It started dawning on me last night. Buglioni, I like Buglioni. I've spoken to him a couple of times, and he's an absolute gentleman, and he's very, very handsome. But people are going to start thinking I'm a homosexual on this podcast, aren't they?
Yeah.
I'm starting to doubt it myself.
We fly the flag, mate. We fly the flag. That's all right. You can be
yeah,
open.
man. Do what you want. Live your own life. But Buglioni always makes fights hard. He always makes a fight hard, and I don't know why he does it. That fight shouldn't have been that hard last night, and I think it was a no-win situation for Buglioni, because if he knocked him out early, people will say, well, Ricky Summers, it was the calibre anyway. And if it went the distance like it did, and Summers won a few rounds, which he did, people are going to say, why is Buglioni not bombing him out, blah, 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 blah. I thought it was quite an exciting fight. I don't know how it looked on TV, Kev, but I like it.
Yeah, I think it only looks one way, if I'm honest. It looks like fair play Ricky Summers, and you're going to get some more TV time. But Frank Buglioni, I just don't know where he goes from here. He's got everything that you want. He's got the heart. He's got, against Burton, he showed heart and grit and determination. I don't know if it was just he couldn't get up for this fight, maybe, but it didn't help him. He's talking about wanting to fight Nathan Cleverly, and that looked years away, if I'm honest with you. He doesn't even look at on the same class or anywhere near the level of that world. He's got to go European next, I think. Before he gets a world.
I'd imagine he wants to try and win the British outright. So you look at realistic contenders in the light heavyweight division. Now, the one obviously that I would love to see, and I think everyone would love to see, is the one I don't believe gets made, Anthony Yard. For different reasons.
That's the worst matchup for him.
For Buglioni.
Yeah.
100%.
Listen,
he couldn't handle his work rate. He couldn't handle his work rate, his speed, his footwork. He couldn't handle that. No way.
He's a scary fucking proposition out in the yard, man.
But he's going the route. Obviously, next Saturday he fights for the title you mentioned earlier, Craig, the world famous WBO European.
Yeah.
He's fighting for that on Frank Warren's show. So it's a fight I'd love to see, Buglioni and Yard. I really would. But yeah, I don't imagine that'll happen. So you look, what other light heavyweights in the country deserve maybe not even deserve it, but who can get a British title fight with Frank Buglioni so he can win the British outright?
Maybe a rematch with Burton, maybe.
Maybe.
I'll tell you who beats him. Callum Johnson beats him.
Do you know what? I haven't seen enough of him. I remember seeing him, but he's so inactive.
Yeah.
Well, didn't he win the Commonwealth, or have I made that up?
No, he did. He won the Commonwealth.
Yeah, he did.
I think he disappeared for a while due to family stuff, and had a couple of injuries and stuff like that. I think he won. He won some medals as an amateur as well before he turned over. I think he went to one of the Olympics or won a Commonwealth gold or something like that as well.
Yeah, I remember seeing.
I like Frank Buglioni, but the problem with him is it depends what Frank turns up. It really does. It's so on and off, isn't it? He looks awesome one week, and then the next fight he looks poor. It's so up and down. That could be because he's changed so many trainers, or changed weights or whatever it is. But it's I don't know. I just I want to like Frank Buglioni, but one fight I like him, the next fight I think he ain't going nowhere. It's a tough one. I'm backwards and forwards with him all the time.
Yeah. It was a good fight. I think I can't remember exactly the judges' scorecards. For initial reaction, I gave it Buglioni by a few. I think one judge may have given it by 5 or 6, which was.
One gave it by 7 rounds, which was embarrassing.
It's ridiculous, but yeah, I think Frank, he won the fight. I think he deserved.
Yep.
He retained his title. Are we going to touch on how many people were in that arena last night at the biggest point? It was insane.
We could probably phone them all and get them on.
It was insane, mate.
I actually took a picture, which we should maybe put on the video, of the main event, like halfway through the main event, some of the seating bays, man, some of the docks of seats, and I've never seen anything like it. It was weird.
Anyone who's been to the O2 will know the how big it is. Last night they had curtained off the entire top tier the whole way round, so you lost 6,000 or 7,000 capacity instantly, and then 1/4 or 1/5 of with the curtain all the way down. It was honestly, as you looked at it, there was 10,000, 12,000 seats hidden, and
we did discuss that a couple of podcasts ago,
mate.
didn't we?
And the remaining seats, but the
five,
remaining seats weren't even filled up, Kev. Honestly,
Nowhere near it. They were nowhere near filled up.
So poor, innit? But listen, it is what it is, isn't it?
yeah, he took. I reckon he took a big hit on last night, Eddie. He must have took a big hit.
Yeah, I think he'll be alright.
Yeah, I reckon he's got a bit to spare. Pocket change. Next week's boxing. Let's go. We'll be starting. We're starting.
No, you've rushed ahead.
Yeah, you have.
Oh, I haven't watched it. It doesn't count.
Manny,
I want to talk
Pac-Man,
about
Pacquiao.
All right,
Kev,
you
Kev,
two crack on.
And just give me the first and second name of the person that you thought won.
Not Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, good. Me too.
Right, let me just talk about this. First of all, Sam, you didn't watch it. Craig, you watched it, yeah?
I watched it, mate. Yep.
Okay. Mate, what if you paid to be ringside and sat on white plastic garden chairs? How happy would you be? Did you spot that? Please, mate. Please tell me you did spot that.
And the blazing sun, just
Mate, they were white plastic garden chairs at ringside.
I know.
Honestly, I was stunned. I was watching it this morning. My missus come out and she went, "Are they sitting on garden chairs?" I don't think so, honestly. Anyway, let's get back to the boxing. Manny Pacquiao just looked like an old man, didn't he?
He just couldn't pull the trigger.
Yeah, and he had that same problem against Mayweather, supposedly. And they said he had a shoulder injury, but I don't know what it is with him. You know, he seems to get in as well. He seems to get in, you know, get under the jab, but that just doesn't do anything. And I'm like, I was sitting there like, throw a punch, you know. And
I think it gets me to the insane controversy that's like started erupting because like prominent people in boxing are like, this is a robbery. This is one of the biggest robberies in boxing. I'm like, well,
no way. I had the Hornet. I had him up by at least 3 rounds, 3 or 4 rounds.
I think I had one or two, and that was me edging on the side of caution, just in case.
Yeah. No, I judged it as in 2 fighters, not Manny Pacquiao. Not, you know, I judged it just as 2 fighters. Not, you know, I like Manny Pacquiao. You know, and I thought, no, let me just judge it as I see it. And I had the Hornet up by 3 or 4 rounds. Honestly, I wasn't shocked at the result at all.
No, I was quite happy that he got it because I thought it would have been sad if he'd lost it on that big occasion. Like he can go anywhere in Australia now for the rest of his fucking life, and people will go, "Can I get a picture? Can I get a picture?" And that stadium, I don't know what they were. 2 things. First of all, I don't know what they were doing, but it was jam packed even for the undercard. Even the undercard was packed. When you look at Wembley and how that was, it was jammed the whole card. And the second thing is, did you see them playing Sweet Caroline before the main event? That must be raging.
Did they? That's brilliant.
Poor Eddie here must be fucking fuming. He played Sweet Caroline before the main event. Unbelievable.
Oh dear. Well, I haven't been a Pacquiao fan for a few years. As I said, I didn't see it. Got back from the boxing around midnight and just got pissed up really quick. But I don't know, Pacquiao, why is he still fighting on? He's like a senator or king or prince or prime minister in Philippines. Why box on? It can't just be for the money. I don't know. What's he still trying to achieve? What's he still doing in the ring?
Well, he was talking a few weeks ago. He was talking about wanting the rematch with Mayweather, wasn't he?
Oh, fuck off. I'd rather watch Mayweather McGregor, mate.
He come out and he was saying, I want the rematch, I'm going to win this, and then I'm going to go on. After the McGregor fight, I want to fight Mayweather again, and he didn't help himself, did he? No way.
I think, for me, you can ask anybody that's known me since I started watching boxing. I'm a massive Pacquiao fan, always have been. I think he still enjoys it. I think when you look at the fight, even though he was inactive in the fight and he wasn't throwing as much as he normally would for like a prime Manny Pacquiao or even a slightly post-prime, he's still smiling, he's still soaking up the atmosphere, he's still gracious in defeat, I think he enjoys the occasion. Obviously he's doing it for some money as well, but I don't think he's just doing it for that, because he doesn't come off as that sort of person, the way he talks about boxing and the way he looks during the fight. It looks like he enjoys the challenge and he needs to feed that challenge. But yeah, for me, I don't know why everyone's freaking out about the scoring, man.
Did you see?
Judging has been
Sorry, I was just going to say, did you see Teddy Atlas? That was obviously, I saw the controversy you're talking about. That was fucking brutal.
He's a prick, Teddy Atlas.
For him to stand there and say to Jeff Horn, "Yeah, but sorry, you lost the fight." Like that's your opinion.
He said, "Well done for trying hard, but I thought you lost."
That's disrespectful, isn't it?
He just doesn't need to have an opinion, does he? That's the thing. He's just he's just so opinionated. It's ridiculous. He hasn't been in boxing for years, and he's still, I don't know. I don't like him at all. Don't like Teddy Atlas at all.
Teddy Atlas.
Craig, I was reading somewhere that I think they gave, how many thousand people were in that stadium?
40, I think.
51.
40,
51.
Yeah, it was over 50, I'm sure. But I think they gave 30,000 free tickets. That's why it was so rammed.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think it was 30 or even 40,000 was free tickets to local people. So that's the reason why people were there at early doors and staying the whole time, because they had beer money, didn't they, to spend.
That's why Sweet Caroline sounded so good.
Yeah, but that was it. I think it was 30 or 40,000 free tickets they gave to that fight.
Fucking hell, how did he make any money?
Don't know.
Free TV?
Beer.
Yeah. Pure
You put the price up on the
gold.
Crazy.
Mick Conlon as well fought on that card, his third professional fight. Good to see him getting out on these top ranked cards in the main support slot last night. I like Michael Conlon. I think he'll do big things in the sport. He looked good last night. What do you think? Did you see him, Kev?
Yeah, I did. I watched the whole card. Yeah, I thought he looks decent, doesn't he? He looks powerful. He looks like a good all-round boxer.
Yeah.
You know, and I like him. I do like him. He's definitely one that I'm going to watch, 100%. Yeah, he's got power as well, and obviously that helps, doesn't it? So, but yeah, no, decent fighter. Definitely one to watch for the future.
Crazy amateur pedigree. Like, probably the best. I think he might be the best Irish amateur ever in terms of medals and stuff like that.
He's a bit of a lunatic though, as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a bit. He's a sandwich short of a picnic, definitely. He's because he gets hit and he just smiles, doesn't he? And you can see the gum shield, and he just loves it, doesn't he? He's a typical Irishman. He loves a scrap. Nothing wrong with that.
No, I know. But no, there was a couple of decent fights on the card. For me and for Kev, we thought Jeff Horn deserved the victory.
Me too.
Sam agrees.
Just shaded it, I think. Just shaded it. Next week, let's move. I'm excited about next week's fights. There's too many. I can't even watch them all. O'Hara Davis, Josh Taylor. Is that the fight of the weekend? Is that the fight of the night? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fight of the year. You know that.
Great
I've got a good feeling about this fight. I can't pick a winner, if I'm honest. Part of me wants Josh Taylor to win. You're probably going to hate that, Sam.
Nah.
Just because O'Hara Davis is just so arrogant. But I love O'Hara Davis in the ring. I hate him out of the ring. But in the ring, he's fantastic.
Yeah. Again, we did the prediction video with the fighters, didn't we? And out of the 6 of us, 3 of us picked O'Hara to win, 3 of us picked Josh Taylor to win. I think it shows how close the fight is and how good of a matchup it really is.
I agree.
I'm expecting it to be superb.
It was interesting when we did that video though, because the 3 people that chose Josh Taylor to win all chose Josh Taylor because of his amateur pedigree, his technical ability, his movement, all this technical stuff. And the 3 of us that chose O'Hara Davis, which is kind of like, he's a bit unusual, he's a bit hard to predict, you don't really know what he's going to do. So I think it says a lot about, it's interesting that somebody who's been at the Olympics and had a crazy amateur pedigree is in such a massive fight with someone who's had barely any amateur pedigree and has had to do it the hard way. I think it's really good for boxing. It'll be interesting to see. I think people will go down. I think people will touch the ground and have to get back up again and fight through some adversity. I think I'm with Kev. I think it could be a classic.
Let's hope it lives up to the hype. Well, I say the hype. O'Hara kind of refused to hype it at the press conference and stuff. He hasn't been playing the McGuigan's game, and it's quite funny actually.
McGuigan should have offered him a watch. He'd have thrown the table, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he weren't happy. I do. I hope it lives up to expectation.
we'll soon see. And then you've got the Copper Box.
Mm-hmm.
The Frank Warren show at the Copper Box. Bradley Skeet fighting Dale Evans. The rematch between Darryl Williams and Jermaine Smile, which could again be an absolute cracker. What else you got? You got Yardy for the WBO European, which we touched on. You got Dubois. Is Dubois being marched out to battle somebody again?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
You know, I think Frank Frank has to put
opponent, 24 hours again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
What do
think
you make of that card?
I think it's
Yeah.
Frank Warren. It's a Frank Warren card, isn't it? He's got to put pretty much everyone he has on the card. Is that harsh to say? I don't know.
It's probably truthful, mate. You know, I think Jermaine Smile. I think that's going to be a great fight.
Big up Darryl Williams.
I think Dale Evans. I don't know. You know, I don't really rate Dale Evans. I know it's going to be harsh. I don't know how he keeps getting these big fights.
Dale Evans called me a fucking clown on Twitter recently, which is maybe the highlight.
Well, listen, I'm going to absolutely ruin him now. This geezer should never be on telly, should he? Listen, call me a clown all you want, Dale. I don't mind, mate. But Jesus, how can he keep getting on telly? I think he's absolutely poor. I really do. I see Bradley Skeet. You know, I'm a massive Bradley Skeet fan. I see Bradley Skeet stopping him early. I really do. Yeah.
It was supposed to be.
Surprised.
It was supposed to be headlined by Billy Joe Saunders and what's his name, James Gandolfini. Turns out, the man, he's in the mob. He's gonna go away for a time.
Sounds like he might actually be from The Sopranos.
Yeah, Kurt Siedze, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Georgie.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You know what this card reminds me of? It reminds me of, you know, if you rush in and you book a hotel, right, and you don't check if there's a cancellation fee, and then like you have to cancel it late notice because you just can't go anymore and it's not worthwhile, and then you go, you need to pay a massive fee, so you just have to do it anyway. That's what it reminds me of. Billy Joe Saunders came out, couldn't have the fight, and he went, oh fuck, we better just cancel the card. And someone's obviously went, oh sorry, if you cancel the Copper Box you'll have to pay fucking loads of money. And Frank's went, what we'll do is
we'll just throw a few people together, that'll be alright. I'll put my whole card on it.
We'll bring Daniel Dubois' right hand, and we'll be alright. We'll get a WBO European shot. We'll be fine. We'll be alright. So it seems a little bit like it's a forced card for me after that cancellation.
Yeah, it does. But good fight. Darryl Williams, Jermaine Smile was an excellent fight. I don't see a lot different. I mean, Darryl's changed camp. He's now up with Ricky Hatton. And he told me, you know, in an interview that he had the worst camp of his entire career, injuries and some other factors and stuff, but he still got the win. So he believes it's going to be a more conclusive victory. But it was a great fight anyway, so that should be a good fight for the telly. But
how did you have the first fight? Because I think we both spoke about it. I had the other way.
No,
did you?
I had Darryl.
Yeah, I had it the other way by 1 round.
I had Williams by 1, but it's one of those ones, isn't it? If you give it 1 either way, you can't really stress about that. It's pretty fair.
Yeah.
I think that would be the headline.
That was, yeah.
Okay.
Is it? That's not the headline, is it?
Is Skeet the headline?
Skeet's the
No,
headline.
Skeet's the headline. Sorry, that was the headline last time, wasn't it?
Ah, okay.
No, it weren't. That was on the April 22nd card, wasn't it? It was. There was loads of fights that day. It was one of the main events, though. But you had.
Yeah, it was the main event.
Was it really?
Yeah, 100%. I remember sitting up and watching it.
I think you're wrong. Where's my phone? Someone Google it.
He's not often wrong. He's not often.
I don't think I want to have a wager on this. I'm not convinced that was the main event on April 22nd.
It was the last fight I watched that night. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, you might have fell asleep, you old bastard.
You know me, past 8:30. I'm asleep, mate.
We'll check it off air afterwards. I don't want to embarrass you. We're not going to be going to either of those two because we are going to York Hall, the mecca of British boxing. York Hall, another Steve Goodwin show. Massive weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Let's rattle through some of the fights on the Saturday. Some good boys, we know Lina Shadofia, Jack Hughes, Ramez Mahmood, Ryan Walker, young boys, young hungry talent guys. Good show. The Sunday is a fucking small hall classic in the making, isn't it?
Woo!
Kev's turning up.
That's how impressed I was.
Kev's rolling
I'm
up.
looking forward to it.
Are you going, Kev?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, mate. 100%.
Oh, shit.
Get to actually see Craig for the first time.
That'll be nice.
Yeah, I mean, have a beer, mate. Have a beer.
Definitely. Yeah,
That'd be good.
Sunday's jam-packed.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Jam-packed. Although Leon McKenzie's off it now, which is a shame.
Yeah, that would have been a good fight, wouldn't it?
That's been postponed till September the 9th now, I believe. Higgins broke his nose in sparring. So, one of them things, isn't it? It's fucking boxing.
Well, listen, if you're going to go to that on September 9th, let me know and I'll come as well.
Yeah, I'll be at every Goodwin show for the rest of the year. Having said that, here's some breaking news. I've told you lot, I've told you boys, my birthday's in September and Goodwin are doing 3 shows in a row, 9th, 16th and 23rd. So I'm allowed to choose the name of probably the show that's on the 16th. I get to choose the name of the show.
We do a drum roll.
Well, I might change my mind, you know.
I thought you were going to... We thought it was breaking news.
Why don't you throw it out there for some suggestions?
I could throw it out there to some suggestions.
Why don't you tell us what you were going to do?
Alright.
And then we'll see if people agree or disagree.
Alright, I was going, obviously on Twitter my handle is Samurai Lee. I play on my name Sam O'Reilly. The show I said to Kevin and Kevin Campion is Goodwin's head of boxing. I said Samurai and he went, yeah, we'll go Samurai Showdown. So we'd agreed on Samurai Showdown. But at the minute I'm still thinking of changing my Twitter handle because people still keep calling me Lee and it's starting to piss me off. So
Shout out Dillian White.
yeah, Dillian forgot me again. He just got my name wrong. It's alright. Dill's got mad love for me. I know it deep down. But yeah, it's I don't know. What's another good name for it? Is Fight Talk too basic? They'd probably tell me fuck off. You can't just call it Fight Talk.
No, that's like advertising.
Yeah, free advertising. I don't know.
Yeah. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. If you've made it this far through the video.
Yeah, this is going to be an hour in. We're putting Dave Allen's bit at the front of this. This is going to be about an hour in. So if you're still here, thank you. Rob Cass, I hope you're one of our biggest fans. So if you don't reply to this, I know you're a fake fan, really.
Shout out to Sean Earls. Sean, I hope you're doing well, mate. I know you'll be listening.
Sean Earls, big man, Sean.
My fans, comment below.
I think that's it. I think that wraps it up. That's long enough, innit? Nothing else to add.
What we got coming up? I've got a couple of bits and pieces coming out. I've just got my Alexander Usyk interview finished, so look out for that. Exclusive interview will be coming up on the site with Usyk, rated the top cruiserweight in the world. So that'll be coming up soon. FightTalk.net. Eric Skoglund's up on there now. He's in the World Super Series Super Middleweight division. Do not sleep on Eric Skoglund. I think he's a very good fighter. Have a read of that if you are listening to this. Shout out to the New Age Boxing Podcast, always churning out quality stuff every single week. All those guys, Terry, Martin, Andy, always show us a lot of love, so it's good to send it back. Yeah, and everybody else. Anybody else, Sam?
Nah. Oh, do you know what?
All the Goodwin boys.
All the Goodwin boys. People we saw last night at the show. It was nice seeing Linus, Brooke Streetfield always. It was nice seeing all the boys down there and Rosanna Cox and the Mill team down there. Good people. So everyone doing their thing and supporting. You know what I mean? Fair play to every one of them.
Brooke, very good to see her. B-Rock made it down as well, so she made it down as well. Nice to see her for the first time. And obviously Lenny Shadofia just creeping about ringside, just hungry. Hungry for a fight.
Me and Linus have got a date after his win at York Hall on Saturday. We're not going to say on air what we're doing though.
Obviously, I'm not invited to that.
You are not invited.
PG.
Yeah, very, very. Last thing, I'm going to play FIFA with Jack Hughes in a blonde hair match. The loser has to dye their hair blonde, so he's going to be fighting at York Hall on Saturday with a blonde fucking mop because I ain't losing to him. Big up Jack Hughes.
The official Fight Talk blonde hair match is on. By the time you listen to this, somebody will look like fucking Stan from the Eminem video. And that is exciting enough. That's
Or Lionel Messi.
Or Lionel Messi.
But I pay tax. We're out.